of Dan Does Footy production, a program created by two unique individuals with no credibility, talent, or critical thinking skills. They're here to call it as they see it. They're going to exchange ideas, thoughts, and even their energy. They're not always going to get it right, and most times you're not going to agree with them. But that's okay, because just like you, they care. Embrace the chaos, and let's do footy together.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back wherever you are and however you're listening. We're a week away officially. A lot of excitement in the studio today. A week away from just letting a bunch of blokes control our mood for the next 6 months. Don't even know we exist, but they're controlling our mood. A lot of excitement because we can't wait to be back at whatever oval it is. Adelaide Oval. Optus, the Loud House, 4 beers that cost you $60, officially a week away. Also, some big news that we're just going to address from the start. Our money man, our $17 million man, Ollie Gill. Congrats, mate.
Thanks, guys. Obviously the rumours have been flying around about where this chest is going to, and I think that they've spent their money well.
Have they ever? If you've been living on a rock,
yeah.
MC extended. How many years? Is it 10? 17 mil?
Rumored 10.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be year to year.
So it's -9 of that 10.
Minus
so
9 off the 10.
12 months.
Yeah. But look, huge sign of confidence from everyone there. I do feel like it's an underrated role. I mean, you've done it. It's important, especially, when you're at Marvel, for example, and you're down by 40 points.
Tough.
Take someone special on the mic to keep the fans around. So it's an underrated role, so it's nice to get a little bit of love back.
It is underappreciated as well, because as that siren goes, we've got people going toilets, we've got beers, we've got food. Like, the on-field activation is probably the least.
Well, at Carlton, maybe, yeah.
Okay, so you take pride. But you know what I mean? Like, even the volume levels, they're quite low. People can't hear you.
I do.
You're running around with Goxie doing stuff. Like, it's very much like you got to grab their attention and hold the attention. I
do remember, I'm not sure if you remember this, but the first or second time that I met you, so it would have been the first time I met you. I went, hey, I'm actually going to be St Kilda's ground announcer this year, and I know that you did it for Carlton. Haha, and you're like, oh, really? Yeah, right. Have you got any tips for me? And you're like, mate, you'll be absolutely fine. No one's going to be listening to you. And I went,
No one really.
Okay.
No, everyone's so far away.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, mate, congrats to you as
Thank
well.
you.
So I know a lot of people were thinking maybe it was Wanganeen Miller's contract.
Yeah.
How the comments been? Received well, the news?
Received piss-takingly well. So, I think, I did message Naz, and I sort of sent a few screenshots of the comments being like, any chance you could take some pressure off here because I'm copping it a little bit. Yeah. And he sort of laughed it off, and, we'll see. So, no, great. It was good to be in there the other day filming the content as well. I like the behind-the-scenes access that I saw. Oh, my.
And the boys would love spending their time with you doing that video. As well, that would have been a great use of their time at the club.
I just, honestly, it was I saw Liam Soccer and I said, hey, I gave you a high five on the weekend. He went, really? I didn't give a high five out. I went, no, I high fived you.
No, my arm was through the fence.
Then I saw they had a team meeting and I was just sort of looking out there. Then I saw Ross and Corey Enright writing on a whiteboard. Anyway, I'll stop talking, but all I want to say is it was a big 24 hours.
Well, congrats, mate. It's good
you.
that the war chest has finally secured a big signature. They've been trying for a long time. I mean, I do find it absolutely hilarious that they've been trying to land a big fish and then hasn't happened for them yet. And then all of a sudden they're making videos about the MC signing. Like, that to me is absolutely hilarious. But good sports out there.
Someone's got to set the tone early.
Yeah.
hopefully I'm the straw that breaks the camel's back.
First
and
domino.
People go, all right.
First domino.
It is a destination club.
And if I'm Matt Rao, I'm going, hold on a minute.
Hang on.
Okay.
When I'm having snakes
and
a Gatorade at quarter time.
This guy's out there.
What voice do I want ringing through my ear?
Yeah.
Whoever's, trumpets playing?
Where would you rank yourself in MCs, like if there's 1 to 18? Where do you think you see? Are you like the number 1 MC? Because for those who are going to go to the games this year and they have their own MC, whatever team they go for will have a home game MC. Like, where do you think you are? Just in case they don't want to see, maybe you go for North and it's a North St Kilda game, they go and don't want to see that. If you're there, that might change their mind. So where are you putting yourself from 1 to 18?
Without being cocky.
Here we go.
I'd be right up there. Hear me out, because I don't know how many MCs are actually fans of the club, and I mean that quite sincerely. So keep an eye out as well, and I actually think this should be against the law, but there are a few MCs that do multiple teams.
Don't do this. I know where you're leading. You're leading me to water here.
No.
I'm not going to drink from it.
I'm just saying. And I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, I'm not allowed to comment on Carlton's MC anymore.
No, but just as an example, so if you want to go to a game and you see essentially the number one fan with a mic, like I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Like I am riding every single bump.
You are.
So I don't know if my talent is as good as other MCs, but my effort and passion would have to be right up
You're
there.
emotionally invested.
Absolutely.
So what I made, again, you know, I knew that something happened because you didn't tell me that you signed, but there were subtle signs. I mean,
there were signs.
When a Ferrari was in the garage this morning, I thought, okay, someone's got to be that war chest.
I did bring a coffee in as well. Did you
Yeah.
thought, hang on, normally it's the other way
Yeah,
around.
you did.
So
I walked upstairs and you were making plans for the rooftop to be a helipad.
Yeah.
I was like, that seems a bit off-brand. Something must have happened. So congrats, mate.
Thank you.
It's well
Appreciate
done,
it.
it's well done. A lot happening around the league we're getting into. As I said, a week away from footy action right now. Carlton Football Club. I think it's got to a point where we can say the club's cursed. Something's happened. Someone out there, a witch. Now, we were going to get a witch on the show. A lot of going back and forward. Can we call you a witch? No, you can't call me a witch. I really want to call you a witch. Do you do witchcraft? Yes, I do witchcraft, but you can't call me a witch. All right, well, if I can't call you a witch, what can I call you? What was it in the end, a wizard or something like that?
No, I just you're right. There apparently, and I didn't know this, and it was a real sort of opening my eyes as to what my job is. Sending emails, being like, look, I do witchcraft, but I'm not a witch. It's very different. So I think we'll probably get someone on who is okay to be called a witch at some point.
And there was a lot of back and forth. Witch, no witch. Can we call you that? Yes, no. How much money do you want? I take $90 an hour. That's a lot for a witch.
Yeah.
If you're such a witch, just make your own money in a spell. Kind
Exactly
of thing.
right.
That's where I found a roadblock with the witch we were talking to, which we can't call a witch. But the club's cursed. And we wanted to try and reverse the curse by bringing the W in. But we weren't allowed to bring the W in because I was going to call it a witch. As I said, something's happened. Someone's put a spell on us. I don't know if it's a Collingwood thing. Are the fans out there doing voodoo and spells in their spare time? Is it just the footy gods looking down on us saying this isn't your year?
Yeah.
So I thought, how can we kind of reverse the curse without having a witch in the studio?
Sure.
And I did some research and Googling, and apparently via song. If you sing a song, it's sometimes expressing how you feel.
Okay.
That goes out to the world, and then the words of those songs just relieve the curse.
Yeah. Well, it's true. If you look at it from all levels, whether it be for charity like Live Aid or things like that, music can heal the world.
So I present to you a healing song that hopefully reverses the curse. 3, 2, 1. We sit and wait. Does Jagger's ACL contemplate our fate? And do they know his injuries are getting old? Maybe turn grey and old. 'Cause I've been told that these injuries could have been controlled. So when I'm lying in my bed, Newman's ACL running through my head, and I feel the season's dead, am I loving Gold Coast instead? And through it all, Vossi offers me protection. Injuries and Luke says erection. Allegedly. Whether I'm right or wrong, and down the ladder will fall, wherever it may take me. Charlie Curno's knee might break me. When I come to Icon, finals will forsake me. And my love in Gold Coast instead. When the squad's feeling weak and my pain walks down Lygon Street, I look above and I know I'll always be blessed with Vossi. And as the feeling grows, injuries bring hurt to my bones. And when the season is dead, and my love endear instead.
Come on, give the words.
And through it all, Cripper offers me protection. Peter's cough and a hacker's erection, allegedly. Whether it's right or wrong, and down the ladder will fall. Wherever it will take me, the lid will never break me. When I come to Icon, finals will forsake me. Am I loving Gold Coast instead? Thank you. Thank you so much.
So much worse than I thought it'd be.
Ollie, I've never seen Ollie even mention or play guitar before in his life. Have you ever played a guitar?
Of course I have.
When'd you learn the song? An hour ago on the couch.
I'm looking at the chords right now. And I put sunscreen on today and I got sweaty hands. I was in it about 7 o'clock in the morning.
I know we were fucked when Ollie stopped playing guitar and had to press down the keypad to see the notes because he didn't know.
Yeah, but I'm also working with a tempo I've never heard before.
There's a lot of a cappella bits in that song.
Because it should be a lot of I'm loving angels instead.
Yeah, well, I had to change the words.
But okay, sort of I'm a loving angel instead.
Yeah, a lot of cutting.
The tempo was right off.
Oh, so do you reckon that song will work or not?
We can certainly put it on Spotify just in case for people.
I, for one, feel good about it.
You feel good?
I missed a few of the higher notes got missed, but if it was like on a Sync Star, that'd be a pretty high score.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, we wouldn't have got booed off.
Yeah. Again, I don't think that was supposed to be a more positive song to turn the club around. I think it was very much me jumping off Carlton to be a Gold Coast fan. So, to me, that was all a blur. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope that song has done something. Also, speaking of songs, last ep, a lot of Eagles fans coming for us because we played the wrong version of the Eagles' new song. Firstly, not our fault you have 16 versions on YouTube of the song.
And also, all slightly different. Like, I hold my hand up. That's my job.
Yep.
Like, I was lining the links up. But I looked and I checked and they all sounded slightly different. So, who knows?
So, as a sorry, we're going to play the new Birds of Tokyo version and then you guys can go and do your vote whether you want this version or the old version. So, let's listen to it. Long intro. Like if you've won a game, you're just sitting there, just bouncing for 20 seconds.
Having a few emus.
Oh, God. Oh, this song sucks. Oh, this stinks. Too much. Too much instrumental. Don't you reckon? The intro's too long. Instrumentals through the roof. Get rid of that.
The comments, someone sums it up perfectly here and says, this song sounds more like a West Australian tourism ad.
That's great.
Like, you can see someone, like, having a wine at, Margaret River, going over a helicopter somewhere. Like, it's definitely more of a tourism
Yeah,
show.
they missed the mark there.
Yeah.
So, there you are for the Eagles fans that, came for us and said, you played the wrong song. We knew immediately, but there you are. That's a little sorry to you guys.
Songs are important, though, as well, aren't they, Dan?
Songs are very important.
For AFL teams.
Very important.
That's all I'm saying.
What are you saying to me? Have I done something?
Yeah, you have, and so have I. And
oh,
people.
true. Yeah, that's a little seed, a little
Just-
Easter egg
this
for you
is a little
guys. Songs
Easter
are very
egg.
important for teams. New teams need songs.
new teams that
So,
need songs. So just
That's all we'll say.
bookmark that.
Still in the Eagles, you see the paid ad they're running on Facebook, which just went viral yesterday.
One of the funniest things.
So
I've ever seen.
funny. So if you haven't seen it, the Eagles obviously trying to get people to their games. Tough at the moment to get people there, given they're getting the absolute shit beat out of them round to round. Harley Reid's there, so you definitely go to see him and a few others. But they're running a paid ad on Facebook, and it's a great photo of Optus Stadium.
Yeah.
And the photo is Optus Stadium, the footy's on the background, and then closer in the photo, up high in the stands, there's a table with some beers and food, looking over. Like, it's very nice.
Sure.
The caption probably was where people went, I don't know if I'm really in for that kind of menu on the item. The caption said, grab your mates and enjoy gourmet cock. And then obviously after that was Seymour to expand the caption. But a lot of people running around saying, Father Reid's there. I mean, a lot of people saying, finally, some decent food than footy.
Did we expand to see what they're serving?
I didn't.
No.
I think it was cocktails.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Unless they're running with gourmet cock. That'd be a lot.
Cocktail Stadium could be a thing.
Some countries, that is a delicacy.
Absolutely,
It is. So that was hilarious.
One of
the
the-
Optus Stadium commented as well on our socials, just letting into it.
Just going.
Eyeball.
What do you want?
They know. They know.
know.
Optus Stadium do good food. I saw someone in the All Stars game.
Do they?
Yeah, butter
Yeah.
chicken.
Bit like Adelaide Oval.
Yes.
Remember I was saying they do good curries?
I think off
Yeah.
the stadium, even though there is the still running investigation that they watered down the sauce there. There was an Eagles or Freo fan who sent the sauce to us and said, hey, I think what they're doing is putting a syringe in the sauce packets and just watering
in
them up
like
a
the
bit.
tomato sauce.
Yeah, a bit watery.
Oh.
Yeah, but outside that, Indian food, off the stadium's big.
It's. I mean,
Actually, that'd be horrible. Now think about it.
what's that?
Having a gut full of beers and then being like, I'm starving. Forget a meat pie. I'm going to have some butter chicken.
What's risky?
That'd be straight through you.
Yeah, I think it's nice though. I like the fact that there's different options, and I think in 2025 the footy landscape's changing, mate. Like the whole eating and drinking experience is completely different.
So
we know
expensive.
GMHBA. We've got
Chin chin.
Chin Chin.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I went to the MCG a couple of weeks ago for a BBL game and just experienced that whole no payment.
Yeah, in and out.
In a
So
bizarre.
you tap your card at the start and walk in and then it just reads your card on the way out.
Yeah, I can't work it
How
out.
does
I
that
mean,
work?
like the
That's
future's
tech.
now.
So you tap your card and
So
then you
tap
take what
it
you
for
want.
like a minimum. So I think it was like you tap $20 definitely,
So that's half a beer.
and then I got 4.
Yeah. 4 beers for $20?
No. So
Oh.
like they take a deposit
Yeah.
and then they make you open it, and then I guess just
Out
all
you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
I mean,
Don't just be in the MCC. I'm not an MCC member at all, but the Schooner Express is still one of my favourite things to
Yeah, right.
experience. You haven't been there, have you?
No,
You
of
went
course
to
I haven't.
Wall? Great.
I'm just
It's great.
thinking like it's like I can all of a sudden see how the Gold Coast Suns got hacked. Like seriously,
pretty
you're
easy.
walking through there and you got machines. I
Getting
don't know.
charged.
It's just it's weird. It's
Yeah.
weird. That's all I'm saying.
That's the future, just walking into stores and getting charged straight away. No idea
Mm.
we've been charged for. This was very funny as well before we get into football stuff. Honest Beer is a great podcast with our mates Leggy and Wally. We're talking about football stuff and they came across this thing regarding St Kilda back in the day, 1913, a premiership that they won. Because they only won one. Their last premiership was in 1966. Yep, close. And they spoke about the one that they won in 1913. So this is what they said.
In like 1913 or around that time, St Kilda beat Fitzroy in a grand final, but when you finished first, you were allowed to have a replay, like a right of reply, and then they came back and beat them the next week. I'm fucking serious that happened.
That is the most St Kilda thing ever.
How?
You won the fact. Listen.
Yeah, I
I
believe
know
that.
you won the premiership.
I
We're
think
just going to give him another crack.
I need.
How wild's that? Great podcast, Honest Beers. Go and listen to that one. Two great men. And we did some research. We said, no way. We think Leggy maybe is taking the piss here just to get under Saints fans because it's so easy. But sure enough, in 1913, the Saints win a flag. They beat Fitzroy in the prelim. But there's a rule in the VFL back then, I think it was, a right of reply, where if you finished first and you lost your first final, whether it be a prelim and going straight to the grand final, given there was a small amount of teams, if you lost that first final to get into the grand final,
Yep.
you just automatically went to the grand final. So sure enough, in 1913,
Yep.
Fitzroy lose to St Kilda in the prelim, right of reply to the grand final, play St Kilda,
Yep.
lose, St Kilda lose, Fitzroy win the grand final.
It's called the Argus final system. So it was related to systems at the end of season playoff tournaments, essentially. And it was used until the 1950s. And I heard this clip and I went, that I'm aware and I agree. Most St Kilda
Most St Kilda thing
like,
ever.
I'm like, what do you do? There's an article on the Saints website about that time period. And
Brave.
if you want to hear some even more St Kilda things, I've got
Yeah,
this for you.
this is
Okay,
great.
so it says here, Fitzroy ultimately proved too strong for St Kilda in the grand final, despite a spirited comeback from the Saints in the final quarter, which drew the margin back by 2 goals. So Fitzroy then went on to win. But the heartbreak of the grand final defeat was overshadowed by, in my head, I'm thinking, captain left.
Yeah, I didn't recruit well
Yeah,
next
didn't
year.
recruit well. Coach went to somewhere else.
Yeah.
No. It was overshadowed by the outbreak of World War
Well,
One
that would do it.
in 1914, where 14 St Kilda players were killed in action during the war. Now,
Rest in peace.
Of course, that this would be across the board.
A lot of players would have gone.
The entire league, but 14 of that squad
Yeah.
went after that grand final.
That's half a team.
It's half a
More
team,
than half
more
a
than half a
team.
team. So then, off the back of that, so now we're going forward 2 years. In 1916 and 1917, the club entered a period of recession. Not before. This is very interesting, actually, changing their official colours to red, yellow, and black to disassociate themselves from the colours of the German Empire was a sign of solidarity with their allied force Belgium, who stood with Australia and several other countries, and had former St Kilda players fighting in Belgium. So that's quite interesting. But then we returned in 1918, Dan.
Yeah.
The Saints proved...
Back from war.
Back from war. War's still going.
Yeah.
But they were back.
Yeah.
The Saints proved a bit more of a competitive outfit. Once again, did fall short of ultimate glory. This time to Collingwood in the semi-finals. But 1919 marked a low point.
Oh, God.
I'd say the lowest point, but they've gone for the low point in the club's history, with a divided St Kilda lineup obliterated by South Melbourne in a 17 goals, 4-point final quarter, which is 106 points.
Last quarter.
Where several players said they had walked off the field midway through the onslaught.
That'll do it. Wow. That's Saints history for you. That's the club's history. That's where they're at.
They walked off, Dan.
Lost a grand final, won a final, then lost a grand final. They should have not even been playing Fitzroy.
Yep.
War, lost 14 players.
Yep.
Rest in peace. Come back. Same thing happened to Recession. Then things going well. Recruited, obviously, had to, given the war
Had a
situation.
relaunch.
Had a relaunch.
Rebrand, sorry.
Rebrand, and then have a 17 to 4-point last quarter players walk off. I mean, when you say they've only won flag, 1-1, that's, I mean, they've got a lot to come back from.
Yeah, but there could be an asterisk on 1913, though, seriously.
True. Well, I'm giving 2 asterisks to 1929, 1930 Collingwood. I want 2 flags removed from Collingwood. The same thing, this ARIA system. In 1929, 1930, 1929, Collingwood lost to Richmond in the prelim. Because of this system where right reply, you just go to the grand final anyway. They go to the grand final and then beat Richmond the next week on the grand final. So lose to Richmond in the prelim.
Yeah.
Right reply, play Richmond again the week after, win the grand final. 1929, they do that. 1930, same thing, Geelong. Have Geelong in a prelim. Geelong beat them. Right reply, will play again in the grand final. Beat Geelong 1930. Take those 2 off them.
I agree.
Those 2 flags don't count.
No.
You can't lose a prelim and then say, well, actually, we're going to use our card here.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the grand final next week.
And Fitzroy can get away with it because they're not around anymore.
Yeah.
But Collingwood, I don't know if you can add that to the list.
Take 29 and 30 off them. They have 14 premierships. That's asterisks. Everyone says about the COVID year being an asterisk. I think all those ones, especially the Collingwood ones, ARIA systems, asterisks, they don't count.
Also, why are Collingwood in that circumstance? Why are they even playing the prelim? Like if you're going through the, I don't even know where you play it.
If the rule is, hey, no matter what you do in this game, if you lose, you can just go to the grand final anyway. Like you wouldn't rock up if you were Collingwood, if you were Richmond or Geelong.
Geez, the minor premiers like now, you don't get a lot of love.
No, not at all.
In comparison, do you?
No, imagine that Sydney just went to a prelim, then they lose that one, but you know what? Actually,
Sorry about that.
we're just going to go to the grand final, so I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
That's horrible. Whoever came up with that rule, well, wouldn't be around
it'd
anymore.
be someone Argus.
Yeah.
You know that for
It's
sure.
not great, so take those premierships off them. What was happening around the league? Taylor Adams
Yeah, what's happening?
is in the property game as well with our guy Wilkie and Crouch.
Crouch.
Yeah. Started his own finance, mortgaging, property page.
That's huge.
Which is good. Get around if you do need something remortgaged. Actually, I don't know if he has any qualifications, but he's on Instagram giving out advice, which is great. We're all for players expanding their own businesses. We said last year with Wilkie and Brad Crouch, we said, hey, this is great. Have thought, you know what, bugger football for a bit.
Yeah.
I know that the writing's on the wall, maybe. Start my own career.
So I haven't missed anything. He's still playing.
He's definitely still playing. Did he play much last year? No, he didn't. Remember, Sydney didn't play a lot because he got squeezed out. And he's thought, you know
But
what?
he's just out here. Yeah.
I'm going to start a finance page. Good on him. More players starting their own personal career pages, I'm all for. I
Yeah.
should have done that. Should have done a property page year 3 in the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry about the season. Also, if you need a 4-car garage and office space, I've got a great property out in Bayswater.
I think it would be so loose having a third-year player doing it. Like, that's really sad.
That's writing on the wall.
That's like,
that's where I was at.
Dear.
That's where I was at, though. Tap Watch. Big Tap Watch. We haven't done this for a long time, Ollie. Early last year, I think we did Tap Watch where we just said, what tattoos on players look a bit kind of...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You're too clean or too nice or too pretty to have a tattoo.
I think the biggest Tat Watch as well that we got obsessed with was players that, like, we can tell there's something there, but we're not
Couldn't
sure.
see it all.
Bontempelli was the big one. I
That
think we
was
got
the
to the bottom of that.
Big case last year. Did we? The 2 like little birds.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
there's like a swallow, and then I think another animal. There was a picture of him at a pool somewhere.
Yeah, and
with his top off.
someone
So-
took a photo of him at Bali. It got pretty
Yeah.
weird, actually. Someone took a photo of him at like Mississippi.
Yeah.
and the birds are out in his chest.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 birds on his chest. The ones that we've seen over the summer, Isaac Heaney, just such a good-looking rooster.
Oh, big time.
So hot. Has come back this preseason with what I think is a flower on the forearm.
Okay.
Front of the forearm. Now, he's a Ferrari. You don't go putting bumper stickers on Ferraris.
No.
That's a pretty guy. And just a single one as well. So it stands out. Lockie Neal, we had the kind of same situation where he just came out and had like, the thing's got birds
Well, he's got
on
the
his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's kind of in the same boat. So Isaac Heaney with the flower on the forearm, if you see that on the TV broadcast, you'll be like, wow, that looks a bit like Isaac Heaney, hot boy.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have a tattoo.
No.
Too hot for it.
Too hot. Way too hot for it.
Way too hot. And the next one we saw last night,
Yeah.
Paps, you sent this through.
Yeah,
Paps.
a few people sent this one through. So there was an ad for Budgie Smuggler, and Paps was in his smugglers, and there was a tattoo quite close to the
His
meat
hog.
and potatoes.
His hog.
I'd love to know what it is.
Don't know, I thought it looked like an arrow pointing in towards the hog. Now, I don't know why he'd have that.
Well, I thought it was a date, which
Okay.
I don't know what the date would be
And
for.
I zoomed viciously. It was a bit weird last night when Anna's like, what are you zoomed in on? I was like, go away, please.
Yeah,
This is not a good time for me.
private reflective period.
It looks like an arrow shooting in, but I don't know why it's shooting in towards his piece.
Well, I mean, talk about the Argus system and a bit of a writer reply. I'd love him to let us know because
Send
it's
it to
definitely
us.
there.
Yeah. Blur out what you need to, but send it through to us so we
Yeah.
can get a good look at this thing.
Yeah.
Not that thing, but the tattoo itself. And then the big one that maybe he's had this for a while, or I just saw, given they did the Pink Guernsey campaign, Duke Miller has gone heavy tattoos. Now, he had the forearm. I always knew he had the forearm tatted up. But he's got a full quad, a full left quad. Did not notice that one last year. running
Lower
around.
leg as well, or just quad?
Just quad. Oh, he has socks up, so I don't know.
He's got socks up, and then he also, from memory, I think he also wears skins, doesn't he? Not full length skins, but he's got like
I hate that look so much.
the
I
the
hate
short
a skin.
skins.
Yeah, I hate a short skin under the shorts.
Yeah,
And I hate, it's no one will do this in the game, but I hate the ankle socks at training.
yeah, you do hate that.
It's just so infuriating. Wearing your footy shorts, even if you do this at pre-season at your local footy clubs or you know someone who does, tell them to get in the bin. You can't be rocking ankle socks and footy boots.
Absolutely.
It's a horrible look.
Is it just the look, or is it? It's not dangerous at all. Or like no,
It's just it's not. No, it's definitely not dangerous. It's dangerous to fashion.
fashion police are
Lock
alert.
them up straight. It's just a gross, like yuck look. Just seeing footy boot, then just bare ankle all the way up to literally half your quad.
There's something maybe that is really unattractive about an ankle.
Matty
Like
Rao,
I don't need to be saying it.
Matty Rao does it. Paddy Dangerfield was doing it for a bit, surprisingly.
Yeah, you
Given
would
he
have
goes
thought.
total opposite.
Yeah,
And then someone else was doing it, maybe some of the Hawks. But yeah, you can't be having that.
no.
So do tat. Well, tat watch is still big, guys. If you see a tat out there,
Absolutely.
and you go, I did not notice that guy had tats, or why does he have a tattoo? It looks a bit off brand, or you see an ankle sock.
Yeah.
Send it through.
Yeah.
So we can have a look at
the
this
ankle sock just looks like you've forgotten something, doesn't it? Like you look really naked. Like it looks like, oh shit, I've forgotten my.
Well, I rarely wear an ankle sock around. I'm more of a, kind of up the shin kind of
Yeah.
guy. Ankle socks are dangerous games because they slide down, feet smell.
Yeah, and your legs would it'd look like they're not ending.
I had a girl once break up with me because I wore anklets.
Well, again,
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty harsh, just anklets. But when I did take my shoes off at her house and revealed, a half a foot just covered by a sock, pretty shallow on the foot there, she was like, that's gross. And then, I mean, she didn't say it was because of the anklet, but the next day it was like, hey, this has been fun, but I've got to move on kind of thing.
was this
Gold
in
Coast.
Queensland?
Yeah, Gold
Yeah,
Coast.
so it would have been sweaty as well.
Sweaty
Would've
too,
been just
yeah.
not a
Took
good
the
look.
Vans off.
Yeah,
Thought I'd relax, and then obviously took the bit of string that was the sock off as well in one foul, snappy motion. And I could tell she looked at it. That's
so
not gross.
ensemble would have been ankle socks. No, what do you call them?
Anklets.
Anklets.
Yep.
Yep.
Sockets.
Vans.
Vans.
Then would you have been rocking skinny jeans?
So
do you
on the
reckon?
Gold Coast in my prime, 2011 to 2014.
So 19, 20-year-old.
Yep, I was rocking the sockets, anklets.
Yep.
The black Vans.
Yep.
The tight denim shorts with rips in them. So they were just shredded to the core. You could almost see the pockets coming out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then full stringlet,
Yep.
huge sunnies, and had like the front fringe going to the side.
What sort of sunnies like Corey Worthington?
Like Carrera ones from Bali, Thailand, you get. Everyone knows Carrera, like the huge ones like that. Kind of
Yeah.
like Corey's, but yeah.
Yeah.
Went to Thailand for footy trip and got like 10 pairs of them and just rocked them on
And
the coast.
anything on the wrist?
Had
Like
the power bands on. I had 3 power bands on.
Jesus.
Yeah. Or they were the craze back in the day, the power bands.
I cannot. I mean, I know this anyway, but like, I cannot express to you how much we wouldn't have been friends if we met at the exact same time.
No.
Like, I got into wearing for a while a tie around a t-shirt.
God, that is not surprising.
How
at
bad's
all.
that?
That's horrible.
That's pretty bad.
That's not good.
I was a big exponent of the green skinny legs from JJ's.
Yeah.
Massive. I was massive on that, but I was huge on. I took a lot of inspiration from the teacher in Glee. You know,
Yep.
the show, and he used to wear like a grey cardigan.
Hold on. You
with
took inspiration from the teacher on Glee. That's where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Grey cardigan, a white V-neck, but then I'd wear a tie over the top of that,
Great.
and then glasses without a lens in it.
It's a horror kit.
Oh,
There was a
just
page getting around on Instagram. I don't know if it's still going. Horror kits. It was just the AFL boys in their outfits.
Brilliant.
Like day to day. It was so funny the stuff that we wear. Some players have the worst fashion. I was definitely up there. Like my stuff sucked, but just hilarious.
Were you dressing like that in Adelaide, or was this a real heavy Gold
this
Coast
is a real
influence?
Gold Coast influence. Like some of the boys started doing. Like Dave Swallow looked good in the stringlet. He was like 90 kilos, but full of muscle. He was like a man straight away.
Yeah.
It took me a while to fit out the stringlet. That was a long process for me.
I'm still big on DDF stringlets. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, true. It just covered the nipple.
Yeah.
That's great. Tapping around the league. Speaking of stringlets, Jake Stringer. The package,
Goldberg
the
good.
new improved package, saying he's looking really fit up there. Fitting him well. He had an interview with Fox News or Fox Footy during the week. Sat down with them and said, look, preseason's going so well. You know, how you find the Giants. What do you think of the list? He says, I think this list I'm part of right now would be by far the most talented I've been part of.
And he was in a premiership winning team.
Not the Bulldogs, not the Dons, the Giants. Most talented. He's been there for 2 minutes. And he's saying that already. Shots fired, Stringer. People are coming after him. A lot of Essendon fans saying, oh, we knew it was going to happen. Of course, he's going to get fit now. I think Doggies fans are kind of off him as well.
I would imagine they would be.
Yeah, and now he's come out and saying that. So watch for his first game. Will he make round 1? He was sick last week with the headache.
Yeah, well, without knowing too much. Yeah, what you said he had a migraine.
Yeah, but they said that. I think a few of the boys have messaged us, the Giants boys, said, yeah, no, he's looking really good.
That's
like
aw-
they're really keen about this forward line. The chemistry's going well. Him, Hogan and Green are doing some things up there, which when you put it on paper is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like that's a danger. And
Oh,
Darcy
absolutely.
Jones running around.
Yeah.
Like that's Darcy Jones he can play. He
Don't
might be
worry
the one
about
that moves up big time.
I love so much just on when you said, I reckon the Doggies are off him too. I thought about this on the weekend when I was at the Blues. I reckon there's nothing funnier than getting really stuck into a player that has left your club but has played for another team
Yeah,
in
interim
between.
one. Yeah.
So like every time Blake Acres touched the ball, I was right into him.
Yeah,
But I'm like,
that's great. It's like Suns fans getting an Adam Sard.
yeah, it's like, it's,
Like there's so much
there's
separation.
So much separation.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's on the Giants deal, Connor Iden signs a monster 6-year deal, making him a Giant until 2032. Kane Corn's having a heart attack right now. You just know he's just viciously typing or scripting something up to absolutely erupt. Hearing reports offered him $40 million over 15 years. Said no.
Who did?
St Kilda.
I was like,
He said no to it. That's big. Giants are doing something special up there. We were talking this before. The culture obviously is so good. They're obviously building something amazing up there. They've been close a couple of years in a row, but they're all now taking, we assume, less money, more years to build this thing together. Like, it's a good place to be if you're a Giant player and a Giant fan.
and let's call a spade a spade. No one wants to play at that stadium.
That is
Like,
a shithole stadium.
no one wants to play in front of borderline no fans.
You can't see shit and you're on the fence.
So, like, the fact that these guys are desperate to stay behind the doors, there's something going on.
There's not one bar at that shithole.
No, not one.
I asked Brad. He said, "Yeah, you can get some beers, but you got to find them. Like that place is a long way to go for absolutely no atmosphere outside the stadium,
Yep.
or even inside.
So,
Good on him for hanging around. I think, a lot of players. It happened to the Suns. It still does from time to time, but the Giants is the team where early days everyone was jumping off the ship.
oh yeah,
Young kid, high draft pick. Third year coming up. We will give you X amount of money. Victorian club comes in, SA club comes in. Thanks for coming. Thanks for putting the 2 years into him. We'll take him now. But now it seems like the players are hanging around. I think when Finn Callahan signed a couple of days ago, Toby Green was at captain's day, and saying his signature was almost like a fuck you to everyone who'd left. Like, I'm sticking this thing out. Yeah, I could have had $17 million. Yeah, I could have won 6 games a year. Yeah, I could have missed finals for 10 years in a row, but been a lot of money. I could have had some chopsticks lodged through my retinas, for sure. I can get eye surgery with the money I'm on, but I'm hanging around because we're doing something special here.
Sure.
And they are.
Yeah, good on them.
Good on them.
Take a small amount of offence to that, but other than that, that's great.
Yeah, I went hard at you then. Hey, Freo. A lot of talk around Freo and what they're building out west. Just an absolute weapon of mass destruction out west.
Oh, big
they are,
time.
that team. What they're building. This came through yesterday. The team, as we said, Freo, a team that we all feel. You feel like this as well? They're going to make a huge jump.
Very excited by
Flag
them.
mantle?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
You're on the flag
right
mantle?
on them. They're so exciting.
Yeah, everyone, it seems like we're on them hard to win a flag here. They've agreed to new terms with their coach, Justin Longmuir.
Oh, huge. How many years?
Yeah, no years.
Okay.
No years. Ongoing contract. That's it. That's all we know. So instead of, as you would normally sign a coach, he's been there for, I think, since 2020, you'd probably sign him to a 2-year extension, 3-year extension. They've said to him, we kind of just want to put you on like a ongoing employment agreement. It says this: after the completion of his current fixed-term contract on the 31st October this year, Longmuir would transfer to an ongoing employment agreement. CEO Simon Garlick said the decision to shift to an ongoing employment agreement came following discussions. Longmuir highlighted a shared view on senior leadership contracts. So I read that as he sees the head coach contracts, 2-3 years getting messy, get a year into it, and you go, oh, this isn't good. Media gets involved. So I think they sat down and said, I think it's just best if we do like a month-to-month basis here. Or maybe a 6 month, like maybe you're just a normal employee now.
Is this just smart restructuring?
Well,
of the
essentially, it's just kind of saying you're a coach until you don't either make finals or win games, and then we have, we'll give you 4 weeks notice.
Oh, good. The pressure's off then.
Well, it kind of, yeah. I think it's like you have a job, but you can either be the head coach or in a different role here. Weird, very weird.
That is bizarre.
Very weird. As you said, a coach. He's been there since 2020. So COVID year was his first year. They finished 12th. 2021 they finished 11th. 2022 they finished 5th, eliminate the Dogs in a final, then get beaten by Collingwood in a semi-final. 2023 they finished 14th, and last year he signs a 1-year contract extension at the start of the year, taking to the end of this year, and they lose that last game, which we all know, and finished 9th last year. So big year for Justin out west. Big year. The last 2 coaches to have this kind of agreement in place were David Noble at North, ended horribly.
Yeah.
Brendan Bolton, I was under it, ended horribly. So essentially, they've just got a staff member coaching him now.
I love the idea that Fremantle are going so badly that they go, hey, look, we're going to have to give you the sack, but legally now, you have to do your job for 4 weeks.
It's 4-week notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we would love to bring in the succession plan, immediately, but you've got 4 weeks.
Well, it's kind of like, it says here they've come to an agreement together. So they've obviously spoken about this. We don't want to give you a 2 year. And that's all bullshit. And it's just the club telling it. And they put some makeup on it and wheel out a pig with makeup on.
Yeah.
But essentially, he's just going to be around until they're like, you know what? We're off ya. See you later.
I know how he feels.
Let's get around him. Hopefully you can make it work.
Good luck.
Let's get around him. Hopefully you can do that though. Into that, I guess we should talk about which coach is in the hottest seat. Justin's in the hot seat for sure.
Yeah.
His seat is scalding hot.
When you're on a month by month.
employment.
Yeah.
The other ones we thought about, Matty Nix.
Yep.
Is he in the hottest seat? 37 wins, 68 losses. Crows last year had the hype about him. Again, there's more hype. Mount Barker game last week.
Well, there's more
hype this year.
Definitely. Yeah.
New rebrand.
Yeah.
I think we're...
New logo.
I think again, not the levels of flag mantle, but people are saying Crom finals, which is big. So is he in the hottest seat? With Justin Longmuir, we said. Luke Beveridge always seems to be in the hot seat.
Yeah.
130 wins, 100 losses. I didn't really buy it. I think the media pushed that one more than anyone. Feels like every year it's Tom Morris and the boys coming after him.
Well, that is true.
Don't you reckon? He could be 0-2 in the first 2 rounds. Like, oh well, Bevo's fucked.
You know what though? I reckon he brings it on himself just a little bit because he's when he's so quick to anger, it gets to that vibe of oh Jesus, all right, Luke.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Oh, something is happening.
Yeah, well,
you snapped it up. Something's definitely happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I reckon there could be a bit of that because I think he's pretty safe, but yeah.
I think he's a very good coach. He is a very good coach.
Totally
There's
agree.
a lot of everyone jumps on it and it's just because it's a thing to do, but I wouldn't get rid of him.
No.
He's proved every year. He just wins 130 wins, 100 losses.
Yeah, and he's won you a flag. So
And won a flag.
In my head, that gives you a pretty
Are
free
we
pass
thinking
for
if
a
you've
while.
won a flag, that gives you some brownie points, even if things are going horribly?
It has to, doesn't it?
It would.
I know that runs out eventually. But what's the point of playing the game?
What's the expiry on it? 5 years post that premiership?
Well, hang on,
to win another one, or to make a final, or to be consistently
okay,
good?
so
Like,
what
what's
was it? 2016.
2016.
So it's probably expired as of now.
So he's now
So-
that he can't use that token. I want to flag. You can't use that at the contract table.
Probably not. Completely different team.
Okay.
Completely different team.
Okay, I get that. I think you've got to. If you win a flag in 2016, then you've got 5 years of doing nothing until that 6th year of your contract. People go, well,
Yep.
now something. That's
Yep.
a 5-year,
That's fair.
extension. Unless you make finals, and then you're always around the mark.
I mean, Adam Simpson's a really good sort of litmus
He had
test
the
for
same
that.
thing. Yeah. I mean, the big one, which I guess I don't know if this will happen, but Clarko, 3rd year now at the Hawks.
Yep.
Last 2 years, he's taken them to 3 wins, 32 losses. 3rd year at the Hawks, he took them to a semi-final. So, again, he's won 3 flags. Does that mean he has 15 years across the journey to be like, no, this guy has 15 bad years to, at least do something? 3rd year at North, we're thinking 5+ years, 5+ wins this season, keep him in the seat.
I tell you what, 3 wins isn't great, is it? The pressure has to be on. I understand.
Yeah. Sorry, that's 6 wins. 3 wins
6
each year. Sorry,
3
my
wins
bad.
each year.
Sorry,
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, the pressure's on.
Yeah, big time.
Has to be. So what does he have to... He needs to, in your eyes, just sneak into finals maybe?
Well, I think North fans will say... No, I think North fans will say 5 wins.
Well, you've got to aim a bit higher than that, don't you?
Well, that's the natural progression for... If he gets 3 or less, I'd be saying, wow.
Yeah,
They
okay.
signed him to like 5 years.
Yeah.
But again, they should have that Lemieux contract in place. I'd say
play-by-play.
it's 5 wins for him to feel safe in the seat, and maybe for the seat to cool down a bit.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, it'll be time to bounce.
Yep, hot potato.
Yeah. Captain Callum Mills, going to miss the first month of the season for the Swannies. Plantar fascia injury. Now, I've had that.
Yep.
Should be jumping off that box.
Yep.
Should be snapping it. I think their reports are that he did snap it.
Okay.
He has snapped it. So going to miss
Which,
his
going
first.
back to what you were saying, is possibly a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's the best result. You
Yeah.
have that, you snap it, it takes a couple of weeks to heal, and then it's stronger than ever.
Yeah, right.
So that's a win for him. But I feel like he's always injured, or he's always missing the start of the season. Last year, he had a little wrestle at Mad Monday. Okay, a shoulder slipped out. Big whoop. Get over it, everyone. I'm the captain. Get over it, guys. Had a few beers. But became, with this plantar fascia injury, the 127th person on the injury list around
That
the league.
is
127 players are injured.
terrifying.
128. Zach Butters
Yeah.
having knee surgery today, I think.
Yeah.
Jeez, what's going on in the league?
So what's happening with him? It's they're like clearing it out, or they're like they
I think they just, it's pretty, it's not invasive at all. It's keyhole surgery.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
clean
yeah.
up some, I don't know, there'll be something hanging off the knee, or
Sure.
they'll sew something up.
Just something hanging off
They
the
put
knee
a few
there.
metal rods in the knee, mate.
Yeah.
They cleaned up, and then a couple of weeks later, he's right to go. So he's gone in for surgery. Port fans just on their knees going,
Yeah.
this is not what we need right now. Especially big year for him. Reports yesterday coming out that maybe he could be on the move. Yeah. Everyone's on the move early. Too early for this stuff, isn't it?
Well, considering that they can't. until
No,
the end of
well,
the
he's
year.
contracted to the end of the year. I think they're saying with him, though, that they want an answer because I heard Michael Angelucci saying that Port will, if he says to him, to Port that I want to leave at the end of this season after the Ken era into the Carr era, then at least Port can take him to the trade table and get 3 first-round draft picks.
Sure.
Whereas next year, that might not be
Yeah.
the case. So
Yep.
they're keen to move off him if he is keen to move off them as well.
Yeah.
Which is, I can get it from Butters' point of view.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have Ken this year and then you have Josh Carr. Like, that's a big, you can't invest all in Josh Carr not knowing what's going to happen this year.
Yeah, but you've
Or
got a
next
year of trying to understand him a little bit. So if you're on him, you've got a year of, I don't know.
Yeah. He's a serious player.
Mm.
I think because he's in Port, sometimes us Melbourne folk, or even around the league, we go, we don't really take notice of him. There's players, don't you think?
Listen to you.
In the
Us-
Brownlow?
Us Melbourne folk.
Us
You're
Melbourne
from
folk.
Adelaide, mate.
Yeah, well, but it's the same though. Adelaide, they don't go too far outside the border.
Oh, they definitely don't.
No, they don't.
They
use
de-
the
they
drill
definitely
far.
don't.
Nah.
Aside from what I've said about the Crows in the past, it is hilarious. If you're ever over in Adelaide on a weekend, just have a look at the back pages.
Mm.
It's hilarious. You could have seen, and I'm sure the case would be the exact same
Same
in WA, but like you could have had the best. Like imagine if, North Melbourne beat,
won't be the
Brisbane
back page.
Lions, but you're like, oh my God. And No mention. Like it's hilarious.
Adelaide don't give a shit about
Nah.
anyone else in the country.
And I kind of respect
The
it now.
same.
Yeah.
It's Adelaide, it's Port, it's that shitty bridge they've got, it's
Yeah.
butter chicken, it's the
Sandful,
hill, it's
yeah.
a couple of murders in Snowtown,
Yeah.
and then we're just keeping it all in house.
Yeah, you've got
Yeah.
the water park at Glenelg.
Moles
then
balls,
probably Moles
frog
balls.
cakes, fruit chocks,
Yeah.
iced coffee,
Yeah.
churches,
Sure. Oh,
horribly sized pints of beer that aren't
Yeah.
even pints, they're called something else.
the Popeye.
Imperials, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Popeye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally.
Hindley Street. Buying a guy a couple of bottles of Jack Daniels and a vape
Yeah.
until he assaults you.
Yes.
That kind of
yes.
thing. Crazy Horse.
Yes. A one-way tram track.
Shannon
yes.
Knoll going to Crazy Horse.
Absolutely. Margaret. McLaren Vale.
McLaren Vale.
Barossa.
Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
That's
Norwood.
the kind of vibe. They don't give a shit. Anything outside that?
Then AFL.
Yeah, we don't care. Oh, there's other teams.
Yeah.
Okay. So an umpire told Levi Ashcroft to shut the fuck up. Allegedly. Allegedly, I'm hearing that. Last week, Suns, Brisbane, grapple the pineapple. Lee Lombard, as we saw, tried to absolutely send Levi's spine into Mars. Went with a drop shoulder. Then apparently Levi gets up, makes a complaint saying, hey, did you see that? That can't be legal. Levi. Can't be legal. Umpire turned around and said, hey, why don't you shove it? Why don't you shut allegedly?
So are we thinking that Levi went and told someone this, or who?
It came out. Somehow it's come out that Levi was like, hey, umpire, like that's, you can't be having that. He's just trying to absolutely destroy me here. He's dropped a shoulder. I'm in the air. He's dropped a shoulder. Like, you got to do something about that. Umpire told him to take his opinion, shut up your ass. Allegedly. We don't know what was said, but he had to say sorry to Levi. So it must have been pretty bad.
Well, if you're saying sorry.
Has to be pretty bad.
Did you see that Premier League referee in would have been not their off season, our off season, so over summer.
The scandal you sent me?
Yeah, and he just he looked like he was having a pretty good night, but he was just being videoed, just like
that
saying
was the
how
real,
much
like,
he hates Liverpool.
Back at someone's house and
Yeah.
like how he'd be like, yeah, I
It's like,
don't
I
give
hate
free
them all.
kicks.
James Milner's all right. He's an
Yeah.
okay guy, but the rest of them, and
not
you
good.
look back and you go, ooh, every yellow, every red card, you're like,
Yeah,
not
ouch.
good.
That's not good. State of Origin might be back on the cards. This is big. Andrew Dillon and all the club captains had dinner at Lamaro's the other night. And here's what he said after a few steaks and a veal schnitzel, which he said he'd rather a veal schnitzel over a steak.
At Lamaro's.
I don't know about that.
Here's what he
In the
said.
end, and on the way out, I had a good chat to Andrew Dillon about State of Origin football, Zach Merritt, and also the new Gold Coast Suns captain, Noah Anderson.
Oh, look, it's a great time of the year. Really excited for the season to start. And, we had a wide-ranging conversation. A bit of discussion about rep footy and how exciting the All-Stars game was last weekend.
What do you think the consensus is among the captains regarding rep footy?
Oh, look, I think generally everyone was pretty keen. Like, what form it takes, I think, was the interesting part. Do you do state v state, or is it an All-Stars type concept?
Gil used to have those...
So,
I think
yeah.
I like that. Gil, you say
yeah, it might be coming back. Andrew's funny. I think I like Andrew. I don't really know him at all, but he always feels like he's buying time to make up a lie. Well, the boys think, general consensus was it's good, that I'm doing a great job.
There's a lot of general
there's
consensus.
A lot of
We'll just
like
keep it
umming
vague.
before an answer, like a little
Yep.
pauses, but that could be big. So we're hearing whispers of a revamped State of Origin coming out. I don't know when, maybe next year or the year after. Who knows? These things take time. But Indigenous All-Stars would be involved for sure. Then a 2-conference system where the All-Stars would play either Vic, SA or WA or NT or Tassie, who it's going to be. And then the second conference would be all the other states and territories playing together.
Yep.
That kind of system.
It's not too far off what I was saying last week. Like there is a line you can draw in the map where I feel like it's fair, where you've essentially got West Australian teams, South Australia teams, and Queensland, and then Vic and New South Wales.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it'd be
100%.
interesting to see.
Well, there's a market for it. Everyone worried about their players getting injured. They're getting injured anyway.
128 of them are.
They're getting injured just doing like handball drill, 5-star handball at training. So let them get injured playing rep footy.
Yeah.
As I say. Bring it back. Be good to see SA back in action.
It would be good.
Love SA.
Oh,
Now, who would I go for? I'm an SA boy. If you cut me open, SA blood would come out.
really?
Yeah.
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 So if in a bizarre world you're asked to represent one of the two, you'd hold your hand up for SA?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, my roots go there.
Yeah, that's true.
You take the feet off.
Take the anklets off.
Take the sockets off, and you see the roots going out the door all the way back to SA.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from. Hey, we had some football on Tuesday night, which was big. Great to have Matty Hill in the ears on a Tuesday night. Just makes you feel safe when he's talking. Just a soothing, calm tone. You feel like everything's going to be okay. I loved it. Yeah, just it does. I mean, I still do get race call a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's still got
You
a bit
know,
of that in there.
a lot of that in there. Kako around the outside. He's 5 lengths off now. Like that's kind of the. But I like it. It's really good. Him and Howie Thursday night going to be absolute commentators.
So that's
dream.
the Thursday
That's
lineup.
Thursday night team.
I like that
Him
a lot.
and Howie.
I
That's
rate
heaven.
Howie.
That's
Yep.
how you know the weekend's here. Thursday night beers, Thursday night footy, Howie,
Yeah.
Matty Hill, Friday work from home.
Yeah.
That's-
It's a 4-day work week.
It
now.
is. It is.
Well, that's what's happened.
I think we revealed a little bit more about the commentary teams as well. Super Saturday will be Jack Rebolt and Kath Lachlan.
Okay, Jack.
Jack.
Yeah. Okay,
That will be Jack Rewalt doing Super Saturday
that'll be good.
with Kath. Big Kahuna message last night as well saying about the Matt Hill stuff. Go back to that. Saying like he just wants to replace his Siri with Matt Hill.
Oh, how good would that be?
So Matt Hill can direct him around Perth.
It would, I think, cause more accidents than not, though, because I think you'd get you really in the mood to turn left quick.
Just T-bone
And
someone.
yeah, and you're turning left. Oh shit!
will. But a good game. Good hit out. What we expected as well. All the commentators, the primetime commentators were there. The ones.
Yep.
The ones cameramen were there.
Yep.
Bought their cameras.
Yeah.
Better quality, better cuts.
Yep.
Less back of heads.
Yep.
Which is a great win for me. Could see what was happening. Could see the ball. Good showing of football. Essendon,
That first quarter, especially.
they lit them up. They look really good. Like, we'll start with Kako. He's a guy.
Yeah.
He could be a stud. Kicked 4, should have had 5. I think Draper kicked one on the goal line. Like, a big argument this year between Hawks and Bombers fans will be who's better, Kako or Watson?
Yeah.
The Wiz.
That first.
That's a big
matchup,
argument.
That's
It'd
going to
be
be exciting.
huge. It'd be huge. Ash was writing to Hawks fans last night, Electric Ash.
What was he saying?
Apparently heaps of Hawks fans come after Kako on our socials
Okay.
after they won. And then he got into some... I think some Hawks fan called Kako Kmart version of the Wiz.
Okay.
And Ash goes, well, at least it didn't take him 15 games to find where the goals are.
Ooh,
I was
I mean,
like, whoa. There is that. But they look good. Bombers look good. Dylan Shield off half back. Looked like that might be a move by Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Good magnet throwing there. And then I put something up on the socials. I think that I'm all in on Bombers this year. I'm all in on them.
and you've been famously right off them.
I'm going to change my tone on the Bombers.
Shit.
I think they'll win a final.
This year?
Yeah. I think they'll win a final.
Far out.
Caddy, Kako, that's a problem for sure. They've got Drapes in the ruck who looks fit and strong.
Yeah.
The midfield's good. Nick Martin seems like he's taking the step up. They've got Ben Mackay,
Yeah.
Ridley. There's some pieces there that make this team very good.
And look, an up and about Essendon is exciting for the league.
Durham.
We know that. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm in on them. Essendon win a final. Essendon win a final right now. I'm telling you. Timestamp this
Okay.
and say, I'm telling you right now, Essendon will win a final and break the drought.
Wow.
All in on it. Let's go, Bombers.
Well done.
Let's go, Bombers.
Love that from
Dog
you,
year
Dan.
this year. Come on. With the red Puma too. I'm all about that. Bailey Smith didn't play.
No, in the stands.
You know why?
No.
Knee injury at Pilates.
Are you serious?
Yeah, tweaked his knee at Pilates. That's the reason why. So I thought you would have known that, given the text messages that are flinging around between you and him.
Nah, well, I mean, as
Nothing
you would
yet?
have seen, like, he was posting a lot on Instagram, so he was on his phones, but...
Still nothing from him?
Nah, still nothing.
Do you reckon you fire one more out?
Nope.
No, you're done with him.
No, I'm not done with him,
You're just not going to go...
but when you look back at, hey, man,
yeah.
Merry Christmas, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, man, looking
wanna
forward...
come over?
Yeah, looking forward to that first game at GMHBA, like...
Hey, man, so weird. I'm down your street.
Yeah,
I should
yeah.
catch up. What? Yeah, okay. So you, that's-
Even I have a limit,
yeah, right.
so it's down to him now.
Okay.
That's okay.
Cats have a new forward line that you work out. No Hawk this year. Shannon Neal looks like he's obviously the strongest man in the league.
Yeah.
We saw him leg pressing in the offseason.
That's true.
So that forward line's going to take a little bit of time to work out. Obviously, Jeremy Cameron's the guy. Stengel's there, but who's like the next man up? Who's the third? Jack Martin, they're still big on, doing limited minutes in the VFL, who just getting his calf right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's a whole new
They'll
look for
find
him.
someone. Someone will fucking pop up.
Dangerfield's gone forward.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
18th year. 19th year, I think. 18th year.
It's pretty good.
Old as shit.
I mean, it is, but it's impressive.
Yeah. He still looks strong, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be as quick, but he looks strong. Looks like a man out
You
there.
physically just can't be, can you? Like, it just gets to a point.
Yeah, true. Also, geez, didn't Tom Atkins causing a 3-car crash over summer get swept under the carpet? Did you see that article?
Don't know much about this.
Yeah, apparently he caused like a 3-car crash in Geelong, but they were Geelong fans and like, hey, it's all good, just pay for the damages. And like give us $8,000 and we'll just move on.
Well, that doesn't sound like it's all good then. I thought you were about to say, hey, no, it is all good.
No,
That-
well,
do
no,
it.
I mean, definitely crashing cars is good, but I feel like we just didn't talk about that at all.
That's hilarious. Well, I mean, everyone's okay.
Everyone's fine.
Okay.
I mean, Atkins' pocket is lighter, so that's not okay.
A little bit
but
lighter.
Yeah. We just didn't address that at all.
No, I would have thought. Have you ever had a moment like that? Similar, maybe could be far less than a car crash, but where someone's gone, "Don't worry, guys. Like I'm a Carlton man.
I'm gonna look after you."
I've got you.
Absolutely not.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Nah. I've never been in a 3-car crash.
No, that's
And
true.
nothing like that as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
No.
You can't
Football
run out.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Football yesterday. Now, time to record, we haven't seen this game.
No, we've recorded this before.
It's Richmond, Collingwood. I think it's pretty safe to assume that Collingwood just beat the shit out of them.
Yep. Okay. So let's do a review.
It's great. Look, good early start of the game.
Yep.
Richmond came out. They ran out, which is always a good start. Just
Yeah.
being physically on the field.
Physically there.
And then Collingwood just had their way with them. Didn't really play a stronger squad. Richmond tried to bring a few players back. And Collingwood just too easy at Icon Park,
Yeah.
really. Yeah. So long year for Richmond. Still big on them not winning a game. Still, if you don't win a game, you should go down a league
Yeah. Oh man.
and bring a
relegation
VFL team
big.
up.
So you're big on, for what I can gather, is you're big on 4 things right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're big on Carlton having the lid firmly on.
Yes.
You're big on flag mantle.
Yep.
You're big on
Bombers final
Essendon
win.
winning a final.
Yep.
And you're big on Richmond not winning
Yes.
one game.
They're the 4
They're
things
the 4.
I'm taking to the bank right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Big time. And Aaron Norton Coleman medalist.
Where's that come
I
from?
know, I've been thinking about that one for a while.
Right,
Right, head. Yeah. I know. A long time. Guys, quick question. Have you seen my profile on Sportsbet's feed? It's got weekly AFL bets, NBA bets, NFL, a little bit of everything on there, and they've made it even easier for you to copy them with a click of the button. So go to Sportsbet's feed, follow your favorite punter, this guy. It's all there. Check it out. But hey, we're a week away. Right now, we're a week away. This time next week, that bounce, Thursday night football, we are back officially. Opening round. I know
Shivers.
it's not all the teams, but opening round's big. Means something.
Yeah.
None of this wish-washy preseason stuff.
Yep.
This is for points.
I tell you the one thing that got me more excited for the start of the season than anything else, bizarrely, I saw a video from the MCG re-putting in the
Or posts.
posts.
That's big.
And
That's
just
when we're
watching
back.
the setup, and I went, oh, here we go.
We're back big time.
I think they even said, like, their caption was, here we go again.
Get the taps ready.
And I'm like, this is where I'm.
Get the taps ready, MCG. We're almost back. This time next week as well, we are 3 weeks, 3 episodes a week.
3 episodes, yeah.
3 episodes a week, which is big.
2
So,
biggies, 1
2
midi.
biggies, then 1 preview of the Thursday night game going into the weekend.
Yep.
So that is big for you guys, big for us as well. We're excited about that.
Yeah.
Bit more work, but it's okay.
That's
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, we'll manage. So enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Just get through to Monday
Yep.
morning again. Get through the whole weekend, and then launch yourself into a full footy week next week. We'll see you then.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.